everyone, we're finally getting around to doing that last character review for Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's so sad, we're finishing up our very first manga. It's a monumental day, but today we're talking about Joey, Tristian, and Taya. Now, these are Yugi / Atom's friends, and there's not much to say about them. In any anime, I've kind of noticed that there's always like a couple characters who don't really do much. There's always those characters who are there for more comedic relief, or just kind of there. And I know that a lot of people do really love them, and they are a really great part of the series, but as a character, they're pretty one-dimensional. Tristian is kind of a still comedic relief guy who doesn't really have any character development in there. Joey has a bit more character development than Tristian. Taya is about the same as Joey. Now, let me explain. Tristian is more of the tough guy, kind of, who will do anything to protect his friends, like with Joey, but Joey usually takes the lead. And like I said, he's a comedic relief, so he has a joke, he will crack the joke, and he also is more just there and isn't really that bright. Well, compared to everyone else. So really that's about it to him. That is it. And he makes it for a fun character. He does help a lot, but it's more of the other characters leading. Like Joey, I mentioned Joey is more of the one who's leading. He's the really overprotective one. He more sees Yugi as like a little brother in a way, and that's like great, and it's helped Yugi a lot, but other than maybe a couple character developments here and there, he does get a couple love interests. His main love interest is a girl named Mai, in the anime at least, and he also has a sister. He also helps by gaining money through this game, doing this game, and winning the prize money for whatever tournament it was they were at. And Yugi helps him too, but like I said, he's that tough guy, overprotective, older brother figure character, pretty smart. He still needs to be explained some things a lot of the time, but you know, he's a fun character to have around. And then there's Taya. Taya, we briefly got like a little character development from her at the beginning of the manga when they go into her mind room. Shadi explains like, oh, she has dreams of being a dancer. That is what it is, and she does. She admits that she wants to become a great dancer and go to New York and perform there and do all of that awesome, fun stuff. But that's kind of it from her. There's also like different moments that you see that they become a really close-knit group, but that's as a group, they're good. And they work together, but individually as characters, they're what I said. Okay, Taya is Yugi's love interest. He does have like, he seems to have like a little crush on her, and she gets a crush on Pharaoh Yugi. Not Yugi, Pharaoh Yugi. But it doesn't really ever go anywhere. Never really does. And that is pretty much it for them. They, don't get me wrong, they are great characters to have around, and they're not the annoying characters, or at least the ones that I find annoying, because I don't like it when they're trying to focus on one of the characters in the manga, in the show, and it just flops, because you don't want to hear about them. You want to know about the big main portion, or at least your two main characters. Those are the guys you want to know about. But as for these three, they are good. Their stories that do cross sometimes over aren't over the top, like why are you having this happen? It's not over the top, and that is good. That's one of the good things about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that it doesn't really take too many detours unless it like is absolutely necessary. It doesn't seem like, oh, they just put this here to get more time or another book. Now, there's usually different character developments, or it shows something, it starts to figure it out, even in a small way it does that. And that's what I like about it, and that's what Joey, Tristian, and Taya are there for. And now you might be going, but wait, those aren't their real names in the manga? Let me get that out of the way before I keep going on about them. I'm saying those names, those are from the English anime version, and I'm saying those names because I can't pronounce these names. I am being completely honest here. I cannot pronounce them. I do not want to like butcher a name, especially me just trying to say it. Any long name that you probably heard me pronounce, I probably looked up how to pronounce it. That is why I'm using their anime names. I can't pronounce them. Completely being honest here, can't pronounce them. But back to them, I do really like them in the series. They don't take too much away from the main plot of Atom and Yugi. Those are the guys you want to see. Everyone else is kind of just there, like I said, usually a villain or someone else. They all play a role in some way. It really hits that at the end if you watch the anime. There's a moment where they kind of like look back and are like, this kid has touched like everyone. You know, no one even knew that it was this ancient Egyptian pharaoh who they were playing against, and he has like changed all these people's lives, and that's like where you're like, oh wow, that's a lot. I don't know if they'll ever like actually be like, yeah, that guy that every time I would play would be like an Egyptian pharaoh who played the same game but just with giant stone tablets and magic. I don't know if they'll ever do that, but I do like all three of them. The only character development other for Joey that I can think of is that he's become a better gamer. Taya has maybe become more confident, I'm not sure. The biggest character development for these three was at the beginning when Joey and Tristan beat up Yugi, and then Yugi protected them from getting beaten up. So they protected him from getting beaten up. And then Atom came out and played a shadow game with the bully. So we all know how that one ends, now don't we? As for Taya, she was always kind of there, always a like friend of Yugi. At first she would just leave him alone and stuff. Now she talks to him more because I guess she actually knows what's going on. So very few people you can talk to when you have an Egyptian pharaoh in your head and you're just like, yeah, I have this guy up in my head, and then everyone will probably think you're insane, but these three, no, they think it's normal, and they're going to go with it, and they protect him at all costs, and that's the lovable thing about them. So, that is it. That is Joey, Tristan, and Taya for you, and that is the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Review. I know I didn't really review the villains in this series as much as I did the, like, protagonists, but there's so many people. There's different like bullies or thugs or just so many different people there that it's hard to all put into one. If you really want me to talk about one of those characters, please let me know, but I'm going to end it here with Joey, Tristan, and Taya, and we're actually going to move right along into the Record of a Fallen Vampire. Yes, it is another manga. Amazing, isn't it? And if you're going, that name sounds familiar, that's probably because it does. Back in February, around Valentine's Day, I did the top 5 craziest things characters have done in the name of love, and the top 5, like, sweetest things characters have done in the name of love. And that was just me listing, you know, some pretty crazy things that characters have done in an order that I think made sense. You know, in the weeks leading up to it, I kept shuffling it around in my head depending on the day. But those 2 videos are up there, and in that one I talk about Akabara, who is our main villain hero, and I'll tell you why he's a villain hero when we talk about him, but he's the one who is just not lucky with love. He's like, the Cupid does not like him. Let's just say that. Cupid doesn't like that boy. But we're going to be talking about that series. It's a really great manga series. And just so you guys know what's coming up after Record of a Fallen Vampire, we're going to go right on into the Hunger Games because, well, the trailers are starting to, like, pop up, and there's talk about Mockingjay Part 2, and I want to get that out there before the Mockingjay movie comes out. And then we're going to go right on into Throne of Glass, and that seems to be like it's becoming more and more of a popular book. I just picked it up in a bookstore like months ago, and I'm slowly but surely reading through it. So we'll see what happens with that one, with that series. I think I mentioned before, but I'll mention it again. I'm going to be going book by book with that one. So we're going to start with, you know, Throne of Glass, and we'll go into Assassin's Blade, and we're going to be doing what we only did with the Percy Jackson series because that was the only one that was still coming out. But that is in the future, and in the future, probably after that or before that will be Margus Chase or Magnus. Is it Margus or Magnus? Chase and the Gods of Asgard. But those are the 3 series that are coming soon, and our next series will be The Record of a Fallen Vampire. And if there is a book or character that you want me to review, let me know. I would like to hear your suggestions for books that I should read, and if you want to go back and you're looking at, say, a Ranger's Apprentice one, and you're like, you didn't talk about this character, or this one part, because that's a long series, then tell me, and I can make a short video about that, because the whole reason I made this was so that you can come here and find your favorite characters and just hear a video all about them, because isn't that just what we want after a book series, after you read a book? It's always that one or maybe a few characters you just really want to talk about, and that's what this channel is here for. So those three are coming next, and as a preview for the Hunger Games, our next world review will be for the Hunger Games. Wow, amazing. Yep, we'll be talking about whether or not that dystopian society is possible. I really, really, really hope it's not. But we'll talk about if it is possible or if it is not. So thank you all for watching. Keep reading stuff. Maybe pick up a manga now, because mangas are a lot of fun. And thanks for watching. Bye!